So one of my good friends is kind of like going through that. We're pretty close, so he opens up to me more than he would anybody else. And
Hmm.
and I kind of asked him like, what can I do to help you? And he's just like, he just want to isolate himself. He just wants to be by himself and just kind of reflect and stuff. And I guess like my thing is like, yeah, I can understand, you want to kind of be by yourself, but I'm like, I feel like if you isolate yourself too long, it's not healthy. But he just thinks that's how he deals with stuff or whatever. What is your, I guess, opinion on that?
Do you want it nice or do you want it real?
Mm. Mm.
I just asked somebody this like
Real.
2 days ago. Can I answer it?
Okay, hold on. All right, I'm gonna be real. I don't like to equate or rate mental health issues. So I'm not going to say that the mental health issues that men deal with are leagues above women. What I will say is men in their lives 4 times as much. There is 75 to 80% of all unalivings are men. And it's not that we don't want to talk. It's that we have to get ourselves in a position to talk. The same way when y'all are dating a man, you're not gonna tell him everything about you till you finally feel comfortable. And a lot of women think that that man makes you comfortable. We don't. We don't. You either want to be comfortable or you don't. That's why a lot of women either like they act different when they like you or they don't like you. A lot of women will make a man jump over fucking hurdles to talk to them. Not me. Shit ain't gonna happen to me. But a lot of women will make men jump over hurdles to talk to them. Meanwhile, the guy that she likes, I'm not gonna say like it's easy, but she's not gonna be the same person. I use that analogy to say a man has to get comfortable in order to communicate. And it's hard for him to get comfortable when he's in that space of depression, when he's in that space of uncertainty, because we care about the people that we care about, and we're afraid of what we might do or what we might say. In that moment, we're still worried about the effects and the ramifications that our actions have on other people. We're still worried. We still think about it. We still focus on it. We still don't let it go. And nothing that you say turns that light bulb on because it's not a switch that you can flick. It's not something you can just walk in the room and turn on and off. There's a power issue when it comes to mental health and depression. You have to change. You gotta check the circuit breaker. You gotta do different things as a man, and you can't be in my house. Not that we're not letting you in, but that's a man's job. I need to go check the power. I need to open up. I need to. And here's the thing about a breaker box: unless you label, do you know what a breaker box is? Unless you label each thing, you don't know what it goes to.
Hmm.
And that's the process that a lot of women don't understand about depression. We're trying shit. Don't like it looks like, oh, it's not that deep. We're trying shit. That didn't work. Self care. That didn't work. Go get a haircut. Go to the gym. That moves it, but it didn't work. Talk about it. And that's what a lot of women want us to do, but we still have to get over the trauma of it usually doesn't go that well when we talk about it. Like it usually doesn't go that well when we talk about it. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people will try to emasculate you. A lot of people will tell you to get over it. A lot of people will just push you off on Jesus. A lot of people will let the problem be the problem and tell you that the problem will work itself out. So if we're used to that being the answer, a lot of men just cut the middleman out and say, okay, I'll figure it out. So you have to give that man patience. You have to give that man grace, but you also have to let that man know, like, you're not alone. And sometimes that's all he needs.
Right.
Sometimes that's all he needs. Like, sometimes he just needs to know that you don't need to understand. You don't need to know everything. But the things that you do know, you let him know it's okay. And if it's not okay now, it will be. That's the biggest thing a lot of men focus on when it comes to mental health. Like, we have to remind ourselves, like, if it's not okay now, it will be. And that's been something that I've had to remind myself that even if it's not okay, it will be. Even if it's not okay now, it will be. And oftentimes in that depression, that man doesn't see the way out. He doesn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. He sees the maze, but he's looking at it dead on. He's not looking overhead. So he doesn't see his way out. And he's trying to find his way out, and he's lost. And he has to go back, and he's lost. And he has to try again, and he's lost. And in that journey is when he finds the answer. When he tries the other things and he realizes that I can get myself out of here. When he realizes that I do have somebody outside the maze that's helping me, that's clapping, that's screaming, that's whatever the case is, so that I can fucking hear, okay, cool, they're over there. That's the way out. He still has to go through the maze himself. He still has to go through the maze himself. So don't think that you have to, I won't say do anything, but don't think that because you feel or might feel that he's not allowing you to do anything, that you're not helping. And I think that's the misconception a lot of women have. You think that because you're not actually doing anything, that you're not doing anything. Like a lot of women have to physically feel like they're doing something to help. And I've had women ask me that, like, hey, what do you need? And I'm like, I don't really need anything from you, but I appreciate you, like, caring. I appreciate you checking up, because at the end of the day, I still have to get out the maze myself. I still have to get out of the maze myself. And you pushing me is not going to help, but you helping me is going to push me. God damn it, that's a bar. Damn, that's a bar. You pushing me is not going to help me, but you helping. God damn it. Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. You pushing me is not going to help me, but you helping me is going to push me. God, I be spitting. Listen. What I mean by I'm gonna break it down. What I mean by that is you pushing me to say, hey, let it out. Sometimes that might not be what that man needs at that time. What I'm saying is, if you force someone to say something before they've actually had a chance to think it out, they're gonna say some stupid shit. That's what I mean. Like, when people don't think before they speak, usually they don't say what they mean. When people don't think before they speak, usually they don't say what they mean. So if you're pushing someone to say something, that's why you see a lot of therapists, they'll shut up and they'll let you talk through it, because if they're pushing you to get to a point without asking you how you feel, if they're pushing you to get to a point that they think or you need to be at without allowing you to get to that process, you're not really gonna do the work that's necessary to change afterwards. So just knowing that you're there pushes him. And by pushes him, I mean gives him the energy and the courage to say, I have people behind me, in front of me, around me that wants me to get out of this maze. So it becomes I love you, and I don't feel the need to lead you, but I will be with you. So it's not the fact that I need you to go in front of me. I just need you to be by my side. Because you can't go in front of me. Because you don't know everything that's going on. You don't know where I have to go or what I have to get through. At least in totality. So as long as I know you're around, beside me or behind me, that helps. And allowing that man time and space to grow into what is going to help him. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I hate when people quote scriptures to me. I'm going to stop talking to you. I'm going to be real with you. There have been times where I wanted to, and the first thing people say is just like a scripture. Meanwhile, I've read my Bible more than some of these people. Like I'm on number 5 of reading it all the way through. And it's not that the Bible doesn't help. It's the fact that you're telling people Jesus has it. You're telling people God has it, but God's already given you the strength to do it. You're telling somebody that's drowning, pray for Jesus to help you, but you can get a life raft.
Right.
And that infuriates me. That infuriates me. Because it's just like, number one, you didn't even ask me. Well, and that's what makes it worse. Like, a lot of times men are trained not to open up because people don't care. Hey, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. The very next fucking thing out of their mouth is some stupid cliche. Some Bible verse that's saying, oh, it'll be okay. You don't even know what's wrong. Like, my aunt just died. I might want to get back into the space of not wanting to be here anymore. I might just be broke. I might just haven't eaten today. You talk about some pray about it. Nigga, send him some money. like it don't have to be that deep, man. It really don't have to be that deep. But you don't know the answer till you ask the question. And some men have never had people actually ask the question of what's wrong.
Right.
And then after that question, the next question is, how can I help? And if you ask the second question, be prepared for what that answer is, because even when people say, how can I help? The answer that most men are going to give you is, I don't know, or I don't know yet. So it's like you're expecting us to tell you how you can help us in the midst of us trying to figure out how we can help us. like I'm trying to figure the answer to that out too for myself. You talking about you? I'm trying to figure out how to help myself. So when I figure out how to help myself, or when I get deeper into that understanding, I can allow you to be there for me. But if it's the first time that I'm being here, if this is a new place, I don't have the directions. I don't know where the landmarks are. I don't know where I need to go or where I need to be to get certain things that I need to get done. And it helps. It helps when people actually show us that they care. And for some men, that care is different.
Mm-hmm.
For some men, that care is different. For some men, that care is talking. For some men, that care is solving the problem. So they don't need you to help. They just need you to be there or allow space for them to vent. You're all women. How many times have you told a man a problem and he tried to fix the problem and that made you mad? Because you didn't really want him to fix the problem. You just wanted to fucking talk. And then you thought he was the problem because you didn't tell him that your ass just wanted to talk. You just wanted to fucking monologue and go on and on and on and on and on. But he got tired of you going on and on and on and on. He was like, okay, cool. What's the problem? Let me fix the problem. And you were like, no, I don't need you to fix the problem. I just want Men can feel that way too. I know all of y'all know that. I know all of y'all have experienced that once where someone's trying to fix the problem and you're like, it's not really a problem. I'm just being dramatic, or I'm just expressing myself, or I'm just doing like, in the midst of that, sometimes that might be all that man needs. And the lack of being able to express himself is what's building that anxiety, or is what building that depression, is what is building that stress, is what is building those things. And that is how it can make it worse. So, if you can allow that man, space and time to say, hey, when you're ready, when you're able, I'll be here. I'm not leaving. But I need you to know that there is light at the end of this tunnel. I need you to know that there is an exit out of this maze. And I'm going to be on the other side of that tunnel. I'm going to be on the other side of that maze because I know you can get through it. And whenever you feel like you can't, I'll be here to pick you back up so you can keep walking. It's like in the military, you can't help people run sometimes. But if you run beside them, it gives them more motivation. So you can't pick him up. He probably weighs more than you, or you're just not that strong. But you don't have to pick him up all the time. Sometimes you just need to run beside him. Sometimes you just need to slow down and show him that I'm not leaving you. We're going to get this jog done together. We're going to get to this destination together. And when you figure out what that destination is, or when you figure out the direction that we need to go, you tell me. When you turn left, I'll turn left. When you turn right, I'll turn right. But I'm here running beside you.
One thing he said that kind of like broke my heart was he saying that when he gets like this, he doesn't want to burden people and like have people worry about his problems and stuff. He feel like he's bringing them down with him.
Tell him the bigger burden would be to lose him. A lot of men feel like that because we've been tasked with the job and the duty to help other people with their burdens. And we know how thankless that fucking job can be sometimes. I've done it. I've helped people change their entire life and then poof, gone. Or it made my life hard.
Yeah, he did say
And that's a...
Sorry.
You said what?
He has stated that he feels like he helps people and then he has nothing left for himself.
Oh, listen. This is the question that I can answer with certainty. He is going to have to love himself. He is going to have to treat himself better. He is going to have to put himself first. And this is why I say you can't help him with this shit. Like you can assist him, but you can't help him. This is something he has to do on his own. Like if he wants to do some like physical self-care, sure, you can take him to get a manicure. You can, talk about hairstyles or clothes, or y'all can go shopping together or something like that. But when it comes to like finding out what he loves, he is going to have to do that work. And the reason that a lot of men don't want to burden people is because a lot of people have burdened us thoughtlessly. Hey, I need to talk. Hey, I gotta let this go. And it's like trash. You put your trash in the trash can. You then put that trash bag into the garbage can. You then put that garbage can out on the street every week. You don't think about where that goes afterwards. You don't think about the garbage truck. You don't think about the garbage site. You don't think about the garbage transportation. And then you don't think about the garbage landfill. So after you took that shit to the street, you forgot about it. That's how a lot of men feel. Hey, I need to talk. Trash day. Hey, can you help me out? Once they help you out, that's the end of the conversation. Trash day. Hey, I need your advice. Especially for some people that don't actually want to listen to the advice. Case in point, I had a woman ask me for advice yesterday or 2 days ago. I gave her the advice. She agreed with the advice, then chose to not listen to the advice. That shit's annoying. That shit's annoying. She was like, hey, Simeon, I don't think this guy really gives a fuck about me. He doesn't. Don't go in that man's house. She went in that man's house. So it's just like, we don't want to make people feel the way that we have felt. And that's why I say you just have to let that man know that it is okay. And that him expressing himself or letting some of his trash go isn't a burden for you. Because you know how to take that trash out. And you don't have to keep it. A lot of men, we know how to put the trash in the garbage truck, but we don't know how to offload it. So that trash just builds up at the site, and it just builds up at the site, and it's contaminating everything. It contaminates the water around it. It contaminates the fucking air. It's a stench. And when it gets that way, some people just avoid it instead of spending the time and the excessive energy that it's going to take to move all that trash to where it should be. But you just have to let them know that it's okay. It's okay. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So you have to let them know that I treasure the opportunity to be here for you. And you feeling like that's trash, it's okay because everybody has trash. Throw it away. Don't keep that shit in your house because now your house stinking. Throw it away. Clean your room so you have more shit that needs to be thrown away. I can't clean it for you because I don't know where that shit go. Also, you don't want to touch no man's drawers, okay? Especially after the gym. I'm going to be honest with you. Women try to come up and talk to me at the gym. I'm like, ooh, no. No. You don't want to do it. I'm telling you. You have to let them clean. It's going the pheromones gonna be Farragone. You smell me. They gonna be Farragone. You smell me. Okay. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So you.
I love the male smell after they done working out.
We gonna pray for Shanae. But
What?
you gotta let that man throw his own drawers in the
wash.
Fuck. Speaking of which, I gotta fold my clothes.
What?
I watched them. I'm gonna fold them tonight. Don't what me. I'm gonna fold them tonight.
Ever hear you fuss at us again?
I'm gonna fold them tonight.
Exactly, Vaughn.
It's only 11 o'clock. It's only 11 o'clock.
Mr. No, they're supposed to be folded right out the dryer.
They're still in the dryer.
So
until I take them out. No,
at least mine's be out the dryer.
I watched them before I got on live. And then when I left mid live, I dried them. They're still in the dryer. I'm gonna take them out and fold them tonight. Y'all know me. I have to fold. Like I'm OCD about that. But like you have to let that man clean his room. You have to let him take out his laundry. You have to let him wash those things. Because here's the thing. You cannot do that for him. if you do that for him, you are only enabling him not to clean up his own shit. That is why you just have to be there. But the more that you say, let me clean it, let me take care of it, let me be there, in a way that he doesn't need you to be there, it's not helping the situation. So you can help the situation by being as concerned as you are, by being as loving, by being as patient, by being as listening as you are. And in the midst of that, you know, reaffirm him, remind him, allow him to slip, but remind him that, hey, I'm not gonna let you fall, you know? And that's why a lot of men say, I don't want to burden you, because we fall a lot, and we can't let anybody see that, because we have to get back up. And if you let him know that he's safe when he's down, it gives him strength to get back up. That's why I say is you can't push him to help him, but if you help him, it pushes him. Because if you push him when he's down, he's only going to fall down again. Damn, this shit deep. If you push him when he's down, he's only going to fall down again. But if you help him get up, it helps him stay up.
Okay. I guess for me, I'm just like an overthinker, and I feel like the way I want to help him is the way I would want to be helped.
Doesn't work.
No, don't work that way.
Yeah.
Don't work that way.
And that's why I used the Bible verse explanation. That might piss him the fuck off. I'm gonna be honest. That might make that shit worse. Oh, that pisses me off. And I don't know what his piss off is. But when someone assumes what I need, and it's not what I need, furthermore, it's not even what I like, now that pisses me off. And now that drives a wedge between you being able to help. So I'm already in a maze. If you're telling me wrong directions, which is what you want, you don't know where the fuck I am in the maze. You're telling me how to get out of what you think the directions are in your maze. That's only going to make me more lost. And by more lost, I mean that's only going to create, or possibility to create, more space in that friendship. That's only going to create more space in that friendship. So now the next time that he might need your help, he might be more reluctant to take it or even tell you that he needs your help. Allow him to open up to you and tell you, this is what I need. But if you give me what you think I need, I'm not finna tell you what the fuck I need. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of men don't tell you what the fuck we need because you've already started the conversation off by giving us what you think we need.
Projection.
Love
That's
been
like
trying to
that's like
ask
if a
him.
man that's like if a man led with dick and he was like, "Don't you want me? I know you want me." Now, even if you thought he was sexy, you don't want it, right? He turned you off.
I had to block somebody
like you
that
like,
yesterday.
damn, that man fine.
Girl,
And then the first fucking thing out his mouth is like, don't you want this? Or he sends you a fucking nude or dick pic. Like, now you're turned off.
and now
You would have
you
been
play.
you would have been not you
And
would
now
have
you
been
play.
easy, simple for this man. You was like, oh, I'm on whatever type of time he on, and then he skipped the whole time because he's assuming or projecting. And he's giving you what he wants or what he thinks you want. And now, even if you would have wanted it later, he's like, nah, I don't want it ever. I'm good. You just turned me the fuck off. If you would have just kept talking to me, you could have talked me out. You know what I mean? You could have talked me out the panties. But now you don't walk me out the panties, as in I'm walking away from your stupid ass. That's how a lot of men feel.
Yeah.
You could have I would have opened up to you if you would have not opened your mouth and made me close down. I would have turned on to you if you would have not projected on me and made me shut down.
Yeah. And that's why they actually say you can't expect you out of other people because you're always going to disappoint yourself every single time. Because not everybody going to have the same mentality as you.
Mhm.
Also, you have
That's
to understand, as a woman, you get a lot of women get more support naturally and a lot easier than men.
And I hate
Because
that.
men are going to push to support you. Oh my God, you're so sweet. You don't have this, you don't have that. Let me do this. Let me do that. Men don't have that.
Mhm.
Now, granted, a lot of the men that do that probably are not doing it for the right reasons, which is another problem in itself.
Mhm.
But you have become subconsciously used to people offering. Men don't get those offerings. So we still have to make ourselves comfortable when someone does do that. Because when you're offering to help, that means I have to unload something. And I'm used to people unloading on me, and that shit doesn't feel good. So I have to learn how to unload in a good way, or at least believe that when I unload to you, that it won't remain on you.
And it won't be as
And
ammo as either.
the word vulnerable means to leave yourself open for attack. So that's why
Mhm.
a lot of women will never see a man be vulnerable, because anything that I give you is now, it's like Clark Kent telling you that he's Superman. You would have never given Clark Kent fucking kryptonite. Why would you give Clark Kent kryptonite?
Mhm.
But when you know he's Superman, oh, that's Superman's weakness. That's what it is. I've told you my identity. I've given you that. And now that you know what that is, you know what my weakness is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
it's like
you
Samson
might
and
not do
Delilah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And the crazy thing is, Samson should have known better, because Delilah was a hoe. Delilah lied to him 3 times. Delilah, well, more than 3 times. But Delilah tried to get what finally happened to Samson to happen to him 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
3 times. And Samson already had a woman to do the same thing to him before Delilah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Ooh,
the crazy part. That's the
Jesus.
crazy part.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I like reading my Bible, because I didn't,
Mm-hmm.
nobody told me that. Nobody, you always
Well,
hear Samson and Delilah. I forgot the other woman's name, because you always hear Samson and Delilah, but you forget that he had a Delilah before Delilah, and he didn't learn his lesson.
mm-hmm.
He didn't even learn his
It'll,
the lesson. He didn't even learn his lesson when Delilah lied to him. She said, Tell me what is the secret of your strength." He gave her an answer, but it wasn't the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh, bind me up with tweed and honey." She did when he went to sleep. And he woke up bound with tweed and honey. He broke it off. But she had already shown him
who
that
she was.
I exactly. So a lot of men will tell women things, and whether it actually hurts them or not, he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. When you get emotional, when you get on your cycle, when you feel slighted, when you feel this, when you feel that, that's going to be your go-to." And I am already down enough. I am already down enough. I've fallen down 7 times, and I feel like I've only gotten up 6. I need to get up a 7th time. So in order for me to get up that 7th time, I can't tell you, or I feel that I can't tell you what my weakness or potential weakness is. And that's why I said you just have to be there for him, because when that man realizes that even his weakness isn't his weakness, he realizes how strong he is. So there's countless
Mm-hmm.
times of Superman being faced with kryptonite, but he still has enough strength to remove the kryptonite, or he still has enough strength to defeat the bad guy. They both might lose, but he still has enough strength to defeat the bad guy. And in this instance, he has a Batman in his corner who can remove the kryptonite. He has a Batman in his corner that can, you know, be there for him. Not just be there for Superman, but be there for Clark Kent. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when people know that you're Superman, you have to not have that cape on.
Yes.
And it's hard for a lot of men to not It's hard for a lot of men not to have that capable.
Mm-hmm.
I had recommended
Because if
therapy for him.
But they have to go when they're ready to
He
go.
stuck
Yeah.
at it real
Recommending
quick.
recommending therapy is just is literally when they're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
He don't believe in therapy.
And
that's like recommending the gym to a fat person.
it's also the
They
same
know
though
what it
too.
is, but they don't want to go.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
know what it is or what it could do, but they don't want to go.
some fat people go to the gym.
My fat ass be in the gym, so hush.
I be in the gym.
Gosh.
I be in
Y'all
the
are not
gym
fat.
too,
The
But
point
it's
is, I'm saying people
but
also
I
say
like
they
to
want to
eat
lose
too.
weight, but they don't work out. That's my point. People say they want to lose weight, but they don't work out.
That's
So
like
they
me saying I want to
know
win the lottery, but I don't play.
mm,
they know
I
Man,
what
say
it
that all
is,
the time.
but
they know what it
you
is, but
can't let them. You can't you can't get them to do something they're not ready to do. So I do believe that a lot more black men need therapy, but I also understand that some of the problems that cripple men are not always problems that can be talked about.
mm-hmm.
So let's just say his identity is tied to his money. His identity is tied to him being successful. His identity is tied to him achieving something or getting out of where he is. I can't talk that shit away. That shit is going to be ingrained in me until I fucking succeed. The only thing that I can learn to do is to have a better relationship with that. The only thing that I can learn to do is learn that I'm still worthy. The only thing that I can learn to do is learn that even though I feel like I should have it, not to be entitled or not to be ungrateful for what I do have, and constantly keep working because it is already mine. And it's hard for a lot of men to say, I already have it, when they're in that space of depression and when they're in that space of, I need it. They're in that space of, I have to get it and I'm going to get it one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say all you need to do is help him, because he's going to get it. But I would rather he get it. He's going to get what he wants one way or the other. But if you help him, what he wants will change. If you help him, what he wants will change. But if you give him what you want, you're not helping him. If you help him, what he wants will change. But if you give him what you want, you're not helping him. So if you want to help him, ask him how you can help him. If he doesn't have an answer, remind him that you are there and will be there to help him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to give you a cliche, okay, thank you, I appreciate it. Of course, thanks friend, thanks sis, whatever that shit is. You're going to have to either call him or look him in his eyes and tell him, no, I mean that. And when you feel like you're down, just know you're not. You're on my shoulders. So I'm not here to push you,
But I'm here to pull
but
you
I'm
up.
here to help you push through.
Yep.
I'm not here to push you. I'm here to help you push through. Let him know that you're in the mud with him. And that analogy is another war analogy. But you can't fulfill his mission. You can't, shoot his targets. He has to do that. But when he knows that he's not alone in the fight, that gives him more motivation. When a man feels like he's alone in the fight, when he feels like he's the last one in his battalion, when he feels like he's the last one in his regime, we make stupid choices. We make risky choices. We make choices without care or second thought about our lives. We
don't care. We really don't care. So a lot of the thoughts, a lot of the actions are going to seem just out of the norm. They're going to seem crazy. They're going to seem like he's not thinking. And oftentimes, what he is thinking is, fuck it. It's fucked up already. I can't fuck it up anymore. So fuck it.
So
And that's not a good place to be.
I have a question, if you don't mind. And I'm glad that you say that it's not a good place to be because I remember a few years ago I was watching the TD Jakes Parters and he was preaching about men mental state. And he was saying that basically when a man tends to suffer in his own mindset, it's almost like he's in a dark cave. And sometimes when they go into that dark cave, they're alone. But my question is like, I understand he's in this dark cave, but how can I help him navigate out of that dark cave when he's already lost, when he's already trapped in his own mindset?
You're assuming that he needs to get out of the cave.
Not like that, but in his
I
mind,
I
in his own mental
I,
state.
I get it, but in that mental state, men are animals, and I mean that in a good way.
Hmm.
Lions have to hunt, and bears have to hibernate. That man is in that cave because he needs to be. I know it might not look like it to y'all, but that man is in that cave because he needs to be. And whatever he learns in that cave is going to allow him to be a better bear.
Hmm.
Whatever he learns in that cave is going to allow him to be a better animal. What he needs for you or from you is not to push him out of the cave before he's ready.
Hmm.
What he needs from you is not to tell him to get out of the cave. What he needs from you is just to make sure that he knows that there's not a rock on that cave that's closing him in. All he needs from you is to remind him that, hey, there's food in the cave. And when you're ready to come out, you can come out.
Hmm.
When you're ready to come out, you can come out. You don't rush a caterpillar out of the cocoon. You'll kill it. Don't rush the bear out of hibernation. Because while you think he's sleeping, he's resting. And he needs that rest. He needs that space of isolation. If you
Yeah.
wake that bear before it's time, if you push that bear out of that cage before it's time, he is not a nice bear. That bear gets angry. That bear is not thinking. And that's how a lot of men act. He can get out of the cave. But he has to know that he can get out of the cave. And there is nothing that you can do or say to some men that will let them know that they can get out of the cave. The only thing you can do is let them know that the cave is not a tomb.
Say that
You might
again.
have to hibernate right now, but that cave is not a tomb. You're alive. You're just sleeping. You're not dead, you're just sleeping. And when it's time for you to rise, you will rise better than when you went in. So let that man sleep. But remind him that that cave is not a tomb. And when he does come out of it, you'll be right there. When he does get hungry and maybe he didn't get enough food, you'll be right there. But trying to push him out of that cave might make that cave a tomb. Trying to push him out of that cave might make that quiet bear a very angry one. You have to let go of the notion that you can do it for him. You can't. You have to let go of the notion that you can take it away from him. You can't. You have to let go of the notion that this man has to change his mind, his body, or his heart. And you can only help him do that. You cannot do it for him. And when I say you can only help him, that means you can't lead him, you can't teach him, you can't coach him. You have to help him. You can't tell him what he needs. You can suggest it. You can be there. You can tell him, hey, this maybe work for other people. Try it. When you force it down, when you don't let it go, it doesn't help. I think you're on the right path. I think you just got to keep reminding him and keep being who you are and let him be who he is. You trying to change it for him is not allowing him to be who he is. And if he changes for you or for anyone else, it's not a good thing. Men who change for other people oftentimes resent themselves. And if he already feels bad, that's only exacerbating the situation and making it worse. You be you and allow him to be him, but remember that him is not alone. And you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Anytime. And you can tell bro to add me. I got a whole playlist on mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And just being a better man. It's HFH on my playlist. I think it on my profile. Should be the second one. I have gone through a lot and I am going through a lot. So hopefully some of the things that I had to learn myself can help him. But he still got to put in the work, which is why I say you can only help him. Because regardless of what you or any therapist tells him, guess what? He still has to put in the work himself. So it's easy to suggest therapy, but even with a person who helps you and tells you or helps you and creates a plan, you still have to carry that plan out. So just be there to help him.